Hey everyone, it's Bob Perkins with AISP's Inside Sales Studio, bringing you another Monday Morning Salesman. I'm here with our special guest, James Buckley. James, how you doing today?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Bob. Good to be here.
And
Slightly later than you, though, in the UK.
it's early morning here. It's late afternoon in the UK. In fact, you're in Cambridge. James heads up business development, sales development for a company called Attest. And he's going to share kind of a really unique perspective on this topic of metrics, KPIs. And I know it's been a struggle over the year to figure these out. What should we measure? How should we measure? And there's a lot of debate. But you have a unique, thought on this you'd like to share.
Sure. Yeah, of course, Bob. So I think just like prior to us having this conversation now, we were speaking a second ago about like micromanagement and metrics, and maybe like it's a slippery slope, as you said, to focus too much on them. So at the company I work for, Attest, we're very much focused on responsible autonomy. And what we mean by that is just empowering the salespeople to do what they think's right to get to where they need to get to. Yeah. So what I've started to measure them on now, or not even measure them, but give them empower them to do so themselves, is to have these dynamic KPIs whereby rather than someone coming into the team and you say, you've got to make this many calls, this many emails, this many videos, you play to their strengths. So I fully appreciate now that there are lots of different outreach channels available to an SDR, for example. It's not all just smashing the phones. It's very much being creative with your outreach. And some people are still amazing at the phones. Some people are amazing at doing videos. Some people are amazing at writing great emails. Some people are amazing on social. So it's almost like creating these KPIs based on their metrics. So if someone has a really good call to connect ratio or connect to meeting ratio, then their KPI for calling is going to be lower than someone with a less good one. But then the person who's maybe less good at calling will focus more on emails or videos.
Really, really interesting. It's almost like the leader who says, look, you need to get to a number, right? If you're selling, or if you're an SDR, you need to get to a qualified meeting or opportunity. But how you get there, I'm a little less concerned about, because you mentioned earlier, one size doesn't fit all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost the opposite of micromanagement. It's saying, here's what's working for you. And the interesting thing about these dynamic KPIs is they change on a monthly basis, so that if you work and you focus on your open rate or your reply rate, then your email KPI comes down because you've improved at that outreach channel. Same with calling as well. If you've been focusing on your script or you've been working on your calling technique, then that will reduce your calling KPI.
Yeah, it really proves what we've done on research, and we've known that empowerment is very powerful and it frees somebody up. So do you have a final tip or something? It almost seems like this is sort of for leaders, because it starts with the manager, right? Any tips?
I think it's for leaders, but it's also very much for like the sales enablement of an individual, because you're taking control of your destiny, if you will. Like, it's very empowering to come into a month and know exactly what you need to do to hit target, rather than get halfway through and think, actually, I need to make a shit ton of calls now. That should never be the case. It should always be very like methodical to come in and know exactly what you need to do each day.
Yeah, no, that's good. And I think too, maybe a message out to the leaders is, hey, figure out how are people being successful, right? It may not all be the same thing. So that, maybe that tip is one size doesn't necessarily fit all, right?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
James,
everyone's different at different things. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's been great. Thanks for staying a little bit longer for the day here so we can get this video in. And everyone, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Until next week, good selling, everyone. Bye-bye.